Hello everybody, Megazard here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the second episode of Fire Force called The Heart of a Fire Soldier. And man, this episode as a whole definitely hit in the feels and already got the dice rolling with some character development, some new character introductions, and introducing some new ominous plot points that are now lurking in the shadows. But we'll be going over all of that today within this episode review. So go ahead and relax and grab a cool bottle of water, and let's go over this latest episode of Fire Force.
What are you doing here?
Thought I'd slay some hellspawn.
Still with the big talking dumb pose, I'll shove that sword up! この世にヒーローがいないから俺がヒーローになるって言ってんだよ
At the beginning of the episode, Captain Obi informed Shinra that a battle tournament will be held between the newcomers of all 8 Special Fire Forces. While this is happening, Arthur arrives at the Special Fire Cathedral 8, who is Company 8's newest recruit. With the upcoming tournament, Shinra starts to wonder if he would meet somebody that knows anything about his tragic incident that he lost his mother and brother in. In a brief flashback, they show younger Shinra standing next to a fire soldier who happens to have a number 1 on his helmet, implying that somebody from Company 1 was likely the one that saved Shinra's life that day. Shinra then bumps into Arthur while walking through a corridor, and things get heated pretty quickly. On the roof, Maki shows Iris that she can create sentient flames, but their conversation is cut short when a fight breaks out between Arthur and Shinra. The former unsheaths his bladeless sword, which causes Maki to question his weapon, to which the boy responds by introducing themselves as the Night King and calling the 2 girls princesses. Shinra and Arthur starts squabbling again, but it is cut short when Lieutenant Hinawa arrives to see what was behind all of the ruckus, pouring water onto Maki's fireball sputter and telling her not to play with the flames. The commander orders Maki to spar with the 2 boys, with the girl asking the 2 not to underestimate her, quickly disposing of Shinra. Maki then attempts to extinguish Arthur's Excalibur but fails. Using her combat skills, she makes the boy kneel before her, kicking him in the face with her knee, causing Arthur to insult Maki, which forces her to create a huge creature out of flames of both Arthur's sword and Shinra's flames. After the battle, Shinra is baffled and thinks to himself that he needs to become stronger so that he can protect people when the time calls for it. In the meantime, Hinawa extinguishes Maki's creature, much to her horror, and Obi, who has been lifting weights this whole entire time, ponders about how long would it actually take for Arthur to arrive. Shinra, Arthur, and Captain Obi eat at Ippudo Ramen, where the 2 fire soldiers fight on who can finish their meal first, and afterwards, on the way back to the headquarters, Arthur has a casual conversation with Obi, which makes Shinra notice that the battalion commander is a very nice person, impressing the boy that Arthur is getting close to him in such a short amount of time. Back at the headquarters, Hinawa gives Shinra a 7-style battle axe and offers Arthur one as well, but he refuses to accept it, reviewing Excalibur as the only weapon he requires. Captain Obi then complains about the maintenance and wishes that the force actually had a stoker on their ranks. In the meantime, a young girl returns home, only to see her father has turned into an infernal. The siren signals a mission, which forces Maki to gather up the team and head out. While in the matchbox, Captain Obi requests Shinra and Arthur to hide their weapons in the public. When the team arrives at the scene, Obi Akitaru starts feeling the pity for the young girl who was called Mikako. He then notices that both Arthur and Shinra are displaying their weapons in public and takes them aside to have a talk, telling them that since purifying infernals means killing them, their loved ones also losing them forever, and tells them that if they cannot hide their weapons in the eyes of the families of the victims, they have no special place in the Fire Force Company 8. After they finish the conversation, a gigantic flame bursts out of the balcony, forming into a smiley face, to which Maki claims it's not her doing, but there's an ominous looking man that is seen near the house. And that is the end of episode 2. So overall, this episode can be wrapped up into two major parts, the lighthearted first half and the darker second half. So let's discuss the first half of the episode first. With this episode, we get introduced to Arthur, who is the newest recruit to Company 8, the same as Shinra. From the very moment that they met, they were already rubbing each other the wrong way. Thanks to them meeting each other in the academy, Shinra couldn't get over the fact that, quote unquote, how dumb Arthur is, and despite that, he still manages to attract other girls. Meanwhile, Arthur basically acts like a show-off just a tad bit, saying that he is already clearly better than Shinra. But essentially, this is going to be our classic anime rivalry. These two remind me of other anime duos such as Asta and Yuno from Black Clover, Natsu and Grey from Fairy Tail, Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, just to name a few. We also get a better glimpse into Maki's personality when she's on the roof with Iris when she was creating that little fireball called Sputter. And for the thing to be a fireball, that thing was awfully cute / sweet. However, when the Lieutenant Hinawa showed up and put the little sputter out, it did kill a bit of my soul, just saying. Like, what did he actually do to any of them? Like, this was just a cute little innocent fireball. He didn't do no harm. Anyway, you can clearly see the reaction from Maki, which was pretty funny. Whenever Hinawa asked Maki to face Shinra and Arthur to see their potential, the girl over there dropped her heavyweights right off her arms and said, "Now look here, I can hold my own." Not only Maki is sweet and adorable and has an amazing personality, but she has the strength to carry her own and to be an independent woman. That army training really did some good work for her. I mean, do you see the size of those muscles on that girl? Like, this girl is ripped. I just can't believe this thing though, but she still looks fine. And to no shock, Maki holds her own against the guys, forcing them to surrender. In the later half of the episode, the anime starts to put a bit of character development in. And when Shinra originally joined Company 8 to be a hero, he mainly thought of it as that self-satisfaction for himself, expelling an inferno without thinking too much of how it affects the others around them. We can see this come into play when Captain Obi talked to Shinra and Arthur that they needed to hide their weapons from the public view. While there was nothing wrong in terms of breaking any rules or violations, Captain Obi mentioned it was a moral issue for them to show their weapons. Essentially, if you think about it, when a fire soldier has to lay an inferno to rest, they're essentially killing that person. In other words, they're similar but not quite the same as executioners. This puts in an emotional strain to the family and friends that are associated with the victim. So, out of respect for them, this is the reason why, as long as you reside in Company A, you will respect this rule. The last major thing in this episode is that mysterious man that was watching from a distance. He showed that oddly smiling fire face once Company A easily dispatched the Inferno. Not too much is known about this man at this time, but my gut feeling is saying that this is the first critical plot that may be tied into why people just randomly, spontaneously combust out of nowhere for no good reason. Now, this could be related to Shinra's mother's death accident, but only time will tell, and the only thing that is certain is that we won't have to wait too much longer, as we will probably begin to accumulate some answers within the next couple of episodes. So that is all for my second review of episode 2. So I hope y'all really enjoyed it. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that like button if you like this video, and hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified on all things anime that I'm reviewing, and along with any other Nintendo gaming topics I feel like discussing. Also, if you want to check me out on social media, you can check me out on my Twitter at Megazard_X, just to see what I'm doing up for my day-to-day, and also I'll give you little slight updates on whatever kind of videos I'm actually in the process of making. So make sure you tune in next time for my review of episode 3, the Rookie Fire Soldier games. So until whatever video I make next, see ya.